And hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Good to see everybody in the chat. Just kind of coming in here on two wheels today. Sometimes that happens. Let me, I always put my phone on mute. And I think with that last update, when the show goes live, it automatically raises the volume. Anyway, um, interesting. Things are always changing, y'all. It keeps us on our toes. Can y'all hear me okay? How is my sound? It's good to see everybody in the chat. Mandy always has a question to start us off with. Did you have, how many quick service meals did you have? Well, we're going to talk about all the quick service meals that we had. The first meal that we had after we got there, and we just kind of, played it by ear on our travel day when we got there. We did Kona Cafe. So we'll talk about that a little bit more later. So good to see you, Dean. Glad to see you. Let's say Brian. It's always good to see you too, buddy. Hope you're doing okay. Need to catch up. I think maybe I sent you a direct message or whatever, Brian. But we do need to catch up, see what's going on with you, Tina. It's good to see you as always. Good to see you, my friend, and everybody in the chat, y'all. William is going to be running just a little bit late. He is, wrapping up some things too. Sometimes, we get busy, and we've had a lot going on in our lives lately. I know y'all have too. We have, just things to do, y'all. Just, things pop up, and you have to take care of everything. But it's nice to see everybody. I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and we certainly did. We had just kind of a nice weekend. Jeff has been off the last couple of days, and so it's always nice to have him home. And did y'all do anything special for the weekend? We just kind of stayed. Oh, thank you, Dean. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Sound check. When William's not here, I can't tell, as far as the sound. But at any rate, good weekend. I hope everybody's okay. I've gotten some stuff done around the house. I'm trying to organize, y'all. I really am. I've got, especially, all my Disney souvenirs, and you guys know we've got tons of them. But I'm trying to kind of organize all that and like put them in tubs and store them so that I know where everything is and I can find it quickly. Already have my ears and things done, but I'm still kind of working on it. So we'll see how how that goes. I do have some merch here, y'all, from our trip. We're going to go ahead and do this day in Disney history, and I do have some merch. I'm going to show you the merch first. So, oh, how wonderful, Tina. Went to our local Broadway theater production of Sound of Music. I bet it was good. I would love to have seen that. I love to go to our little local theater. Adam actually did a couple of productions with our local theater here. He was in theater in high school. Absolutely loved it. All 4 years. Was in, as y'all probably remember, he was in the first one of the first productions of The Lion King. Once Disney licensed that for high schools to be able to do that, to put that on. It was absolutely amazing. They had really good funding, and they went all out with, ordering all the costumes. The headpieces were amazing. So yeah, and then he also did with our little community theater. Once he got into college, he did Mamma Mia. So yeah, so he really enjoyed that and enjoyed Brian, behave. Oh my goodness. And Dean, that's right. Dean, you had a fantastic weekend. You had an Epcot day yesterday, wow, that was that. I always love it when you get to go into the parks and spend some time. When all of our friends, get to go in and enjoy food and wine is going on right now. So, yeah, we know, Brian. We know. But yeah, so y'all check out Dean's. Dean, you've done a lot of live streaming here lately. Check out Dean's live streams, y'all, from not only from Epcot, but also he does some from the beach. Just the last one that you did from the beach, Dean, was amazing. So check out Dean the Turkey Legster on his channel if you haven't already. Traveling production company. They do tech rehearsal here. Nice. Oh, very nice. Yeah, that works. That works great. Absolutely. That works great. And yes, I know your mom went with you. Hey, Dean's mom. Good to see you. Coral Reef. What did y'all think of Coral Reef, Dean? Did y'all like Coral Reef? I have never done it. Now, William and Jillian decided to do it. I think the last time they were there, they decided to do Coral Reef. And they really liked it. I have never seen it. I have seen it on live streams. Mama and Papa Mouse, let me adjust here, guys. Mama and Papa Mouse, Myers and the Mouse have done Coral Reef before on a live stream. And so that was a lot of fun. And I've got to get Jeff in there because Jeff is a diver and I think he would absolutely love it. Yeah. Atmosphere was amazing. Good service. There you go. There you go. Dang. Yeah. And that is actually, Coral Reef is a favorite of a lot of our, our Disney YouTubers who really like seafood. It's a favorite. So, yeah. So that's fantastic. That's good to know. Y'all, I have two happy birthdays, and these are friends of mine that I'm going to give a shout out. Some of my best friends in the whole world. Two of them have birthdays this week, and I'm just going to give them a shout out. There comes William on. Let's see if he can.
Hello.
Hey.
Do I need to share the slides, or am I good?
Good to see you. I've got them.
Okay, cool.
I've got them. Yeah. So, oh my goodness, Brian, I went to get the whistle and I forgot to get the whistle, the train whistle. Do I need to go get it? The train whistle. I was about to do, William, you take over for just a second.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to go get the train whistle.
All right, cool. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Sorry, I'm just a little bit late. I'm trying to wrap some stuff up and also try to get things set up here. But hope you're all doing well. Looking forward to talking about our trip tonight. It's hard to believe that we're already in September. Seems like the years flown by, for me at least. I don't know about all y'all, but anyway, it's been a pretty neat year for us. With me being a first time ever having an annual pass. It's been really, really cool. So I've been enjoying that, trying to make use of that where I can. And Mom's back.
I was just about to wish a couple of my friends whom I've known forever. Y'all, these two ladies are just some of my best friends, and they probably will be watching. I don't know if they're on the replay or not, but I have a lot of really, really good friends who have September birthdays. It's really interesting. Almost all of my best friends in the whole world have September birthdays. I don't know why that is, but they do. They do. Yeah. So Brenda Sue, Brenda Gale, Jane, Wendell. I love you guys so much. And I just wanted to say happy birthday to all of you. You know who you are. And I know you guys, if you're not watching live, you're on the replay. So, train whistle in 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right. So that takes care of that. Happy birthday
Happy
to all my
birthday.
dear, sweet friends with whom I could not make it through life, truly. But anyway, for a few birthdays in your family too, Dean, and we have just a lot. Yeah, I don't know why that is, but thanks so much, Wendell. Yeah, and we'll wish him a happy birthday a little bit later. But those are my September birthdays, and I wish all of you a very wonderful birthday, especially this week, Jane and Brenda. So, William, I have a slideshow ready. I thought, okay, I'm going to do this day in Disney history,
Cool.
but then I thought we might do show and tell first because I've got some things that I haven't. Just to kind of shake things up a little bit, we're going to go rogue tonight, y'all, and do show and tell.
Yeah,
do show and tell first. Okay, let me do this in Disney history. We have several. At first, I thought that there weren't going to be very many, and I'll kind of go through these kind of hurriedly, but there are some real interesting ones tonight. In 1966, comedian, actor, writer, and film producer Adam Sandler is born. Adam Richard Sandler in Brooklyn, New York.
Wow.
Though he was raised in Manchester, New Hampshire. Saturday Night Live alum, Sadler started in the Walt Disney Pictures 2008 comedy feature Bedtime Stories as Skeeter Bronson. Y'all may remember that. And then that was his first family film under the Walt Disney banner. But he had also done The Waterboy in 1998 with Touchstone. So Adam Sandler. Birthday today. Happy birthday to him.
One of my favorites.
Well, he's got some good ones. He really does. Y'all. He's got
and
some.
It's funny too because the longer he's one of those, at least for me and probably a lot of folks close to my age. Of course, Happy Gilmore 2 did huge numbers on Netflix. The sequel to Happy Gilmore did massive numbers on Netflix. But the more you talk about it, the more fun the stuff. So you could talk about some of his earlier stuff. Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, the Water Boy. But then it's like, Grown Ups. Also, too, the first couple of Hotel Transylvanias as well are both a lot of fun.
It was actually replaced. Just a side note here, guys. In Hotel Transylvania, he played the Dracula character. And when he handed that mantle off, our one of our favorite YouTubers, Texas boy turned California coast guy to kick off his voice career, Brian Hull took over for Adam Sandler as the voice. I think that was in the third one, maybe. And so he was, wow, what big shoes to step into for Brian. But that was just a little.
And 51st Dates is another great one.
Yes. Dad and I love 51st Dates.
Yeah.
Well, and it has.
I think mine and Jillian's first movie together was Just Go With It. And, it's him and Jennifer Aniston in that movie.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Pretty
and
good.
Of course, 51st Dates has, Sean Astin.
Uh-huh.
There are a few actors that I think it would really be fun to meet. And Sean Astin is one that I would really like to meet. At any rate, continuing on, in 1979, the NBC TV series, The Wonderful World of Disney, changes its name on this evening's program. It's now titled Disney's Wonderful World. And part one of the 1961 release, The Absent-Minded Professor, starring Fred McMurray, is shown tonight. So y'all go back, by the way, to go back and pick up some of these older these older shows that Disney, the Absent-Minded Professor, the Computer who wore tennis shoes, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Davy Crockett. They're just endless. These fantastic television series and movies that Disney produced in the 60s and 70s, and even back into the 50s. Go back and look at, a lot of those were on Disney Plus. Golly, it's just fantastic family entertainment. In 1990, skipping ahead to the 90s, Disney's golden era, in my opinion, of animation, NBC's popular Disney television series airs for the first time as The Magical World of Disney. Starting September 28th, it returns to ABC as The Wonderful World of Disney. So that show, which was totally one of my favorites when I was a child, has undergone some changes there. It really has. It's undergone some name changes, over the years. When it was being broadcast, and I'm not sure they could do that show anymore. I don't. We have the Disney Channel. I don't know. I think they could. I would love it, but I don't. It would be so different now, I think, if they were to try it again. Let's see. Brian, yes, there is a Spaceballs 2 coming out. Yes. There is a Spaceballs 2 coming out, absolutely. And a lot of the original cast has signed up. So that's good. That's good. 1999. 1999, the Dapper Dans, the popular Disney barbershop harmony group, appear in TV segments. Now this can't be right. I think I may have the date wrong on this one. Yes, I'll have to double check the date. The Dapper Dans, the popular Disney barbershop harmony group, appear in TV segments of an A&E biography, Child Stars, the popular Disney barbershop. Hang on, y'all. I'm not reading. My eyeballs are going to the wrong line. The Osmonds, Child Stars. So this is an A&E program that described the fateful day when the Osmonds audition for the Lawrence Welk show was canceled, and their parents took them to Disneyland to cheer them up. And that day, the boys were brought to the attention of Disneyland entertainment managers by the Dapper Dans, and the Dapper Dans are seen in Osmond family home videos that they took at Disneyland that day. So, which is pretty cool. The Osmonds have had Disney connections over the years. They were some of the very first people to go through the Haunted Mansion when it opened at Disneyland. So they've had a lot of ties to Disneyland over the years. And of course, Donny Osmond was the singing voice of, and I lost his name. William, help me. Mulan. Shen?
Shang.
Shang.
Yeah.
Was the singing voice of Shang in Mulan, which I totally love. Let's see. 2001, Disneyland's Country Bear Jamboree Playhouse attraction. This one's just kind of hits me in the stomach. Originally known as the Country Bear Jamboree, lowers its curtain after 29 years of operation. Open since March of 72, the space will be used for the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh. So that's when Country Bear Jamboree left Disneyland. 2003, Disney's 1959 Sleeping Beauty makes its debut on DVD the same day as Disney World's Magic Kingdom hosts a special pre-parade tribute to the animated feature. Sleeping Beauty is my favorite, y'all, classic Disney cartoon or Disney princess. Then 2009, Walt Disney Records celebrates its 40th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion with 2 new CD releases, The Story and Song from the Haunted Mansion and The Haunted Mansion. So that was in 2009. And a lot of you may know that you can find Disney. You can find Disney songs as well as many Disney playlists on Spotify. On a lot of your streaming platforms, Spotify,
Hmm.
Pandora. I know that you listen to those a lot,
Yeah.
William. And the last one, and this I hate to end on a downer. 2024 Disney legend James Earl Jones, the voice behind the iconic characters Darth Vader and Mufasa, passed away at his home in Dutchess County, New York. He was 93 years old. So we lost James Earl Jones
Mhm.
on this day. Um, but
Welcome in,
at
Adventures
any
by
rate,
Damien. Welcome in, Jason.
yeah. So that's it. That's it for this day in Disney history. Hey, Jason, welcome, welcome. Um, okay, do we want to go ahead and do? By the way, y'all I have my Country Bear Jamboree ears tonight. These are my little Country Bear Jamboree ears. So Cargo did these for me, and this fabric. She just found this fabric, and it's like a. It also has what's really cool is it also has the Liberty Bell on it. So it's got a lot of, it's kind of a Frontierland fabric, but it has, I think this is Little Buford, right in that. I think that's Little Buford. But anyway, the, it's got the 5 bear rugs on it. It's got Big Al. It's got the sun bonnets. So it's a neat pattern. I thought I'd wear those tonight.
That's cool, Brian.
Do you have any merch, William, or did you? I can't.
I didn't grab just a ton of stuff. I meant to grab the one that I got, but here's the Donkey Kong mug, or not really mug. It's plastic, but it's really
Yeah, that's still a
super
mug.
cool. I mean, yeah,
Plastic
it's a mug,
mug.
plastic mug, but anyway, super cool. Big letters, DK for Donkey Kong, obviously. And on the back, you can't really read it, make it out very well, but it says Donkey Kong Country, and then the trademarks and everything. But it's really cool. Yeah, it's supposed to hand wash it only. It says Super Nintendo World there on the bottom. But anyway, I'm a sucker for really, really cool cups, and so I had to have this one. And when I go back on future trips, I'm going to have to get more because Wyatt loves it and Wesley loves it, and obviously I love it too. So, but
Okay.
I thought the dessert that came in this was, it's been. I feel like people either really like it or they really don't like it. Now mine, I liked it.
Hi, Dave.
But one of the things that's kind of weird about mine is the drink that was in the bottom, and I understand that my ice cream should melt and fall into the drink. But like the drink portion at the bottom, but the drink portion at the bottom was fairly warm, which I felt like was weird. It just it kind of seemed like there's a bit of contrast there. I don't know if I just got a strange if I didn't get if it wasn't served right, or maybe it's supposed to be served the way, I don't know. But anyway, I enjoyed it though. I thought it had good flavor. And obviously I get this really, really cool souvenir cup. But anyway.
Yeah, I think I might have gotten one little.
Yeah, you didn't get much of it. You'd gone to ride something, and I had scarfed it down because I was trying. So I was trying to get it scarfed down real quick so we could did we stream after or before that?
After, I want to say.
After.
Yeah.
I think I scarfed it down real quick so I could I could wash my hands and then stream, do the stream.
Well, and there is, and speaking of, check that out, y'all. That's a fun little video, William. We have to do that again. I think we need to.
I would love to.
Yeah, I would love to do that again. Check that out, y'all. Our live stream this past trip, from a Super Nintendo World was William actually playing the game. And so just tons of fun and showing you how to use the power-up bands and all of that. It was really cool. It was, for me, William, it was so much fun to watch you do that. And I love when you got home the boys were staying with us, and they had not,
Yeah,
Wyatt and Wesley had not seen that video, and so they piled up on Mimi and Papa's bed and watched it, and they loved it.
that's
They
fun.
absolutely loved it. Yeah. So so that to watch Dad play those, and of course, Wyatt was telling Wesley all about it. How he'd already done it, and
Hmm.
and boy, Dad was good. It was so much fun listening to them
That's funny.
talk. But that was tons of fun. So
The
y'all watch that.
uh, let's see. So I'll start off uh, with so the few things that I do have in here. All right, these are my two. I go big screen on it. So here's my Ministry of Magic Order pin,
Nice.
related to the Battle at the Ministry ride, obviously. But I'm a big fan of this. This pin's really, really neat. I like it a whole lot. And also, too, another funny thing is, so we went to I think Hogsmeade. Back, I guess it would have been summer 2010. It was our first trip, and I feel like it didn't open. I mean, it opened. I guess it hadn't been open super long. At that point, they were still managing the number of people that could go
Yes.
into that area.
Yes. It was not long. It was totally not long after it opened.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'd have to look up the date. I'll look it up here in a
Mhm.
second. But anyway, so one of the fun things that I've done over time is I'll send a postcard to two of my best friends, Clay and Alex, and I send them a postcard and I'll update them. And my first one was, "Hey, I I want to let y'all know I'm not actually going to Harding for college. I'm going to Hogwarts." I came up with the whole story to go along with it. I can't remember.
It was a good one. It
But
was a good. Yeah, you took a
yeah,
picture of it, I think. Too.
yeah, I'm sure there's a picture of it somewhere. But anyway,
Yeah.
or I'm sure if I ask Alex, I guarantee she probably still has both of these postcards.
Yeah, she
But
does.
anyway, I came up with this whole story and everything. We're going to Hogwarts. So then after I graduated from Harding, we took another trip. And then we got to do the Diagon Alley, the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
And so one of the things I said was, one of the things I had said was I was going to go be an orar. And so this pin, I had to have this pin, and I need to send a picture of it to Alex and say I wasn't kidding. Here's my badge.
There you go. There you go.
Send a picture to Clay and Alex and say I wasn't kidding. I really did become an orar. And then the other thing was on the most recent trip we took last year. Was it last year or year before? At this point, maybe in the year before.
Well, we've taken so many.
I guess
It's a high class problem. We get
it would have been a couple years ago because White hadn't started school yet. But anyway, so a couple years ago, we took a trip, and I told them like, hey, Hogwarts has asked me to come back and be a professor, and so I'm teaching the care of magical creatures and defense against the dark arts. And so anyway, I've continued the story with each of the trips that I've taken. Now, one thing they do need to remedy at Epic is they need to make it to where you can mail postage from there. With the postmark on it.
Right.
So hopefully they'll get that fixed, and I can continue the story on into 1920s Paris. Now I can say I got the time turner, and there's some business I need to attend to, and help out Duke's Commander and company.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry,
fine.
my ring light went out. 1 second, let me turn back on. But anyway, so there's my aura badge, and then here is the Ministry of Magic grand opening pin. It's got Newt's Commander on one side, and then the big three on the other with Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Ministry of Magic there on the bottom of the grand opening pin. Limited edition. Also, I've not checked of how many, but really cool. And
Jason's got a question.
Yeah, I had gotten the Super Nintendo one as well. So I've got 2 of the 5 lands, 5 portals, I guess. Let's see. Which of the 4 houses do you belong to? Gryffindor. Yeah, definitely Gryffindor. I've kind of been fringe between I think it was, I want to say Hufflepuff and maybe Gryffindor. You're going to kind of split between those. One of my best friends is a Slytherin, much to her surprise. It's kind of a it would be just like with Harry, putting on the sorting hat and saying not Slytherin, not Slytherin. She would have ended up in the same boat.
Right. Right.
Alex found out not too long ago that she's a Slytherin, much to her dismay.
Well, and she said the interesting thing was Alex is just the best. She is just kind-hearted. She is, and for her to be a Slytherin is just hilarious. She said she took the test twice, and both times she came out as Slytherin. I'm a Ravenclaw.
Yeah, and so the other cool thing about it too is they're 2. I've got 2 best friends, one's a boy, one's a girl. And so my whole life has felt like I could relate to Harry Potter in that my 2 best friends were a boy and a girl, and they've been my best friends since kindergarten. Yeah, so
that's true.
I've always loved that about our friendship with the 3 of us.
Yeah, it's really quick, interesting parallels.
Real quick, other cool pins. So Jillian brought this home to me. It's the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party pin.
Oh, it's the Gravedigger.
Yeah, super cool.
Oh, Mikey needs that.
So I didn't get to go. I don't know if they sold out of these or not, but anyway, it's super cool. Jillian, obviously Jillian was gone, and I'd stayed home with the boys, and so she had brought that back to me.
That is cool.
Some other neat pins.
Needs that.
Yeah, right. There's a Fantastic Four pin. I just like the Fantastic Four in general. The movie I thought was pretty good.
Oh, you saw the new one?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. But then here's Deadpool. I'm giving this to probably my younger brother at some point. And then got Wolverine too. Pretty cool. And then I really loved this pin of Mando and Grogu from Mandalorian.
Oh yeah. Oh, that is cool. Yeah.
And then this Phantasmic pin. I love that they released some Phantasmic merch not too long ago.
That's a fantastic.
That's a great pin. Lots of details. Lots of details on that pin.
Ooh, I love that. There's Tinkerbell. My goodness.
I mean, it's a lot of bang for your buck on characters. You got Snake, Jafar. You got Sorcerer Mickey, Ursula, Monstro, Chernabog, Dragon Maleficent. You've got the evil queen in her hag form, the magic mirror. You've got the big boat.
My goodness.
Tinkerbell.
You should post that one. You should take a really good picture of it and post it.
Ariel and Belle. Well, just lots of really neat characters on that pin.
Give us one more look at that, William, before you put it down.
I got
it back up
here.
Goodness gracious, that is.
Yeah. Let's see if I can get a focus
really
there.
Yeah, there you go.
Super neat.
Wow. Maleficent in her dragon form there. That is, man, I'm impressed.
Yeah. I thought it was super cool.
That's got a lot of detail. Okay, cool.
Especially, that's one of my favorite nighttime shows. And obviously this is a big one.
We're going to talk about that later.
Yeah, this pin here we'll discuss more later, but
we'll
keep an eye out on Main Street for this window specifically. Keep an eye out on Main Street for that. And then also too, I'm not going to show all of them to you, but we started collecting these Disney ducks. There's a mystery pack of Disney ducks, and we're missing 2. We just need Dumbo and we need Dumbo and Stitch are the 2 we're missing. But anyway, we've got, I think there's 15 maybe total in the set. So we have, there's a lot of fun. There's a flounder. So we have almost all of them. Just missing a couple. There's Tigger. But these are fantastic. Big fan of these pins.
And they're big too.
They're. I mean, yeah. Let me grab another pin real quick for comparison's sake. So here's one of the Hidden Mickey. This is actually I don't know if it's a chaser or super chaser, but it's one of the 2025 Wave A Hidden Mickey pin set. This is I think maybe the chaser from that set. It's got Mickey and Minnie. And look at this pin by comparison.
The size.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. I wonder why they decided to make the ducks that big.
I
That's
don't know.
unusual.
And the other thing too is, the duck bond bags are a little pricey, admittedly, but you get 5 pins, and also too, here's Daisy. You get 5 pins, and also they're large pins, and by the time you with my discount or whatever, I mean, it came out to around $8 a pin, which if you're in the pin trading game, $8 is pretty reasonable. Oh, let me show you this one. I bought 1 box of the Incredibles set, mystery pin box, and I got the 2 that I wanted to pull from that set, Frozone and Mr. Incredible.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was really excited to pull them. So,
oh man, yeah,
those are the 2 I wanted. I wasn't sure who I'd end up with, but anyway, but we got some really cool pins. We put a little more emphasis. Oh, here's another cool one. Put a little more emphasis on pin collecting on this last couple of trips between me and Jillian Bone. Sorcerer Mickey, Rubber Ducky.
Those are so cute. I don't know. Yeah. I had not seen those before.
Well, they're a lot of fun. I found so the one I found was on the cart there at the American Pavilion at Epcot, and you can find them just in random shops around Walt Disney World Resort, if you will. I think Marine.
Well, and you said that you've kind of discovered that, and this kind of stands to reason. You've discovered that you should buy the packs from different locations so that you don't get a repeat.
Yeah, that was a recommendation that Jillian had gotten from a cast member. Was because she said it seems like, at least based off of her observation, there's a Cheshire cat, Rubber Ducky,
Disney ducks.
That would have been her observation. Watching people, unbox stuff is to buy them at different spots, because they kind of come in packs. There's Powerline.
Is that all? That I'm sorry, but that one is too funny.
Yeah, it's great.
That is so great. Powerline.
Let's check this one out. So I went through and put away some of my. I went through and put away some of my smushed pennies, but here's a smushed quarter from the happiest celebration on earth, from Walt Disney World. It's a Goofy. It's like a quarter, smushed quarter, if you will. It's kind of hard to see there, but Goofy's holding some film equipment. I'm trying to see who was on here. But really, really cool. It's kind of hard. I don't know if I can get it to focus there.
That's pretty good right there.
Pretty neat.
That is a neat one. Yeah, you can see it pretty well there. That second time you held it up.
Yeah, we got some great pins. That was one thing that like I said, me and Jillian both kind of focused a little bit more on the pin game this go around, and came up with some really neat stuff. Here's Tinkerbell. That was a duck.
Aw, ain't she cute?
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to finish the set.
Hey, Robert, welcome in.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to finish the set. But we got some great stuff. So it's pretty funny. Hold on. I just saw the pin here. So I committed to doing some pin trading that, on this trip. And so I go there and I've got some pins to trade from the some of the sales that I came across at the Great Bob Mills Mall at the Disney store at the outlet. And so I've, for years I've been, kind of picking off of, that the pins that I bought, on sale and using those as traders. And so it was really funny because I was there in one of the gift shops in the Polynesian Resort. And this little girl, I'd have to ask Jillian where if I told her where she was from. Oh man, I forgot. Oh, maybe I put it in my phone here. Let me check my notes. Let's see what that's the wrong trip. And but anyway, this little girl, I traded with the board because I found a pin that I liked. I thought was cool, and right after I traded with the board, the cast member, they said, "Oh, that's a really cool pin. Where'd you get it from?" And I told them. Oh, let's see if I got it in my notes here. Let's see. Bummer. Anyway, so I traded one of my, I think it might have been the Millennium Falcon pin of some sort with the board, and this little girl, and her parents are there, and they trade with the board, and they got the pin that I've just put on there. And they're like, "Oh yeah, the guy that put that on there is like right over there." So this little girl, she couldn't have been any older than maybe 6. I mean, she had to have been maybe 7, 6, 7 max. And she comes straight up to me and says, "Want a pin trade?" And then her parents had to kind of interpret a little bit because English was not her first language. It's like, "Oh yeah, sure." And then so we were kind of communicating through her parents. And so I opened up I had my little pin trading bag with me, and flipped through it. I was like, I showed her. I was like, I think all but one of my pins, I had one scrapper with me, and I was like, just so you know, this pin here is a scrapper, but so obviously, I don't want to give you a authentic pin for a scrapper. So anyway, she looked through my pins and found one that she liked. Mm-hmm. And then she showed me her pins, and I was like, well, I don't want to take one that you don't have multiple of. So this is one of the mystery, hidden. I think they're called hidden Disney pins now, not hidden Mickey pins. I think they're called hidden Disney pins that now that Marvel and Star Wars are included under the umbrella. But anyway, yeah, I was like, man, this little girl is very bold to just go up to a grown man and be like, "Hey, want a pin trade?" That'd be great if she did have her parents with her, but it's like, man, I was very impressed that especially, I mean, the other thing too with communication, not speaking the same language, mm-hmm. especially for her to
so sweet.
Yeah, it's really cool. What's going on with my ring light here? Maybe it's not.
Got kind of a disco effect going.
yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to blind everybody. But yeah, so that's all I have to show for now. Part 2, I'll see what other stuff I can dig up. But I'll try to remember my wand for next time. But anyway, really cool stuff. But she was great. I was, again, very, very impressed with her confidence and just approach to a complete stranger and they're like, "Hey, you want a pin trade?" Like, sure thing. That little girl's going somewhere in life.
I have no doubt. Yeah, she's got that personality.
Yeah, so. And her parents are super nice too. It was a great interaction.
That is so cool. Yeah. Well, I'm going to save, since we're doing part 2 next week, I'm going to save mine till next week. Then I'll show mine next week. So we're not here, till 1 a.m. I'll just show
Yeah.
up next week. And then we've got, we have several things. I have several things from Epic too. So, we guys, this trip was absolutely amazing. Um, I let me just let's see, do this first. Um, I did want. Let me see what I did here.
Robert, I'm not going to D23. They just had D20 Destination D23 recently. I would love to go to D23 out in Cali at some point. I think that's
Oh yeah.
on the Disney bucket list at some point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It would be fun. This is something, guys, that I wanted to mention before we get into our trip review. Um, we like to celebrate our milestones, and we just hit 900 uploads, and so
Hard Rock is
oh,
crazy.
I did buy lots. I know. Yeah, I just my mind goes back to, almost 6 years ago now, coming up on 6 years,
Uh-huh.
October the 8th, when we started the channel, and I uploaded the video of us at Disneyland taking Walt's fire truck from Town Square there to Sleeping Beauty Castle, and that was the first one that I uploaded. And I just remember thinking, oh, won't it be nice when we get, enough content on the channel that when somebody comes to the channel, they actually have, more than 1 or 10 or whatever,
Yeah.
1 or 2 videos to watch. So we on September, it was actually September 3rd, last week, the live stream that you did, William, was our 900th upload. So just excited about that, and yeah. So we're it's really nice. I mean, at some point, um, our grandchildren will be looking back on these videos, and it's the channel is just full of memories. So
Yeah.
wanted to share that with you, guys. And we're pretty excited about that. So, and I think now we have, this should be like 903, I think, because I put up, and it could possibly be probably 903, as I put up a couple shorts, and then also Country Bear Jamboree video this past Sunday. So, at any rate, we're excited about that. 900 uploads. Okay, so we flew in. We flew in, guys, and I had already been there a week with Jennifer, as you guys know, from our live stream and what have you. And the first thing I want to say about that prior week, now this week that William and I were there, it was not nearly as hot, but the prior week when I was there with Jennifer was the hottest I've ever been at Walt Disney World. It was unseasonably hot. The day that Jennifer and I were at Hollywood Studios was 104 degrees on the thermometer. It was 104.
Wow.
And I confirmed that with Kelly. I couldn't believe it. That was the hottest I've ever been. We really had to manage, drinking and everything that day. Everybody was being super careful, and the cast members were watching people, and they put out as many fans as they could, and the whole deal. So the week that we were there, it wasn't quite as hot. It was still pretty hot, and we had some rain to work around, too. But this was our travel day. The 3rd was our travel day. We took Southwest into MCO, and the Orlando airport, guys, I just wanted to mention to you, the Orlando airport is on Facebook, and they have I don't know who their social media team is, but whoever they are just the best. Go and follow MCO. What is it? Orlando International Airport.
Yeah.
on Facebook. Go follow the page. Send me a thank you note later. They are so clever.
Yeah,
and
they're really
so
funny.
it is I share a lot of it on our Hitchhiking Bones Facebook page because it is so good. So a little tip there for you: go follow our Orlando International Airport social media pages. You will love it. You will love it. Trust me. Um, so we went on into Magic Kingdom. Now, the first thing that we did though, we made reservations at Kona Cafe and went and ate at Kona Cafe
Uh,
because we were hungry. And I got the pot sticker, the pot stickers at Kona. I had never had them. Y'all, they're fantastic. It's an appetizer, but I wasn't real hungry, so it was absolutely perfect. I don't have a picture of it, but and William, what did you get? You got something kind of small too, I
yeah,
think.
I was gonna pull it up to look at the menu. I got the let's see, I think it was the shrimp firecracker roll, and it was very
Yes,
good.
yeah,
It was very
yeah.
good.
Well, I really enjoyed what I had. The pot stickers, it was just about the right portion. And I may have, let's see if I've got, oh, well, don't worry about it right now. I may try to get you a picture next week. But it's kind of funny looking for Kona Cafe's pot stickers, kind of funny looking. It's like a round donut looking thing, but tons of flavor. It was just the perfect size for what I wanted because I wasn't just absolutely starving to death. And of course, we were there.
Yeah, there's my roll
Yeah.
there. It's very
Ooh.
good.
Mm.
Very good.
And those sweet rolls that they have, the little Hawaiian rolls,
Uh,
they're in the background to the side
yeah,
in
they're
the
excellent.
picture. Yeah. That the presentation was really pretty, but it's about just about the right amount of food for us, and then we hopped on the monorail and went to went on into Magic Kingdom. Um, and we of course the main attraction, because we had not seen it yet. Now I had live streamed it. I think I live streamed it a couple of times, or
Uh-huh.
when Jennifer was there. uh, but obviously Disney Starlight was William wanted to see Disney Starlight. And what did you think about it, William?
That was good. I'd give it a B.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
just because I feel like they need more walking around characters between
Mm-hmm.
floats,
Mm-hmm.
and more kind of like characters, like more mini
Smaller
floats.
floats.
Yeah, little mini floats in between
Yeah,
also.
mini floats. Yeah,
Yeah,
but the character, here's the thing that the walking around characters
I
do.
will say the floats are very nice. The floats that they do have in the
Yeah, they're
parade are
stunning.
really nice.
They really are. They're very well designed, especially if you pay attention to the detail. If
Yeah,
you really pay attention to the detail. And I don't have a. I need to pull a still shot, William, from one of our live streams of the Blue Fairies float
yeah,
and how it lights up and shows Pinocchio and Geppetto
yeah.
dancing in the back. It is so cool. But this, of course, is the Frozen film. The thing that the walking around characters do is they pull you, as the guest, they pull you into the parade.
Uh-huh.
When the characters walk by and they talk with you and they interact with you, or they wave, and they all the things that they do, that pulls you into the parade in a way that just the floats by themselves can't do.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah, but they're so pretty. I love that on this float, which is pretty long. It's like a two part, or a two piece float. This is, of course, Sleeping Beauty and
Yeah.
Prince Philip.
So
But that they have the princesses, and the princes on the float.
I so mom very graciously took our stuff to the resort. She had just been there for the week, and so we were waiting for our room to be ready, and she very graciously took the stuff to the room. And so I walk down Main Street, and it's very rare. I don't get to go to Disney solo per se ever. It's been very rare that I've been in the parks by myself.
Yeah.
And so, walk down Main Street, and I heard Grayson
It's different,
playing.
isn't it?
Yeah, I heard Grayson playing, and so I peeled back
Oh,
and
yeah.
and I put one of my shorts. I have many more Grayson shorts that I'm gonna have to release them, over time. But anyway, I listened to him play one set, and then I went to I talked to him, and one of the last things I try to talk to him, say hi after his set. There are other people that wait around too, and so I just kind of hang out and wait for everybody else to talk to him. And I
We've
said,
got to get his autograph.
yeah,
We
we
absolutely
need to
have
get
to
his
get
autograph
Grayson's
in the
autograph.
autograph book. But
Yeah.
usually I take a quick selfie with him. But anyway, the last thing I asked him after he played his first set that I listened to that day was, "Do you play any pirates?" And he said, "Oh yes." he said, he's like, "I play pirate." He said, "I absolutely play pirates." And he said the other thing too, and he said the term's not coming to me, but he's like, think of like the soundscape, like you're waiting in line, and as you're in between scenes. He said, I work some of that into my set too.
Oh.
And so
Oh.
I said, all right, awesome. I said, well, I'm gonna go ride pirates, and I'll come back and catch you on the next set. And so I went. Sure enough, I went and rode pirates. Came back, and he was getting cranked up. And so I listened to his next set, and he's fantastic. He really
He
is.
is.
There
He
was
is.
so there was a
Grayson, by the way, guys, for y'all anybody
yeah
who may be watching
the
doesn't know, Grayson is one of the piano players at Casey's Corner, which is a quick service
yes
restaurant there on Main Street, and
yes
it's baseball themed.
yeah
And look on our, please by all means look on our channel for Grayson.
yeah
Just search Grayson on our channel, and
yeah
you'll find several
Casey's
that
Corner
come up.
piano player.
He's
You'll find it.
unbelievable,
But
unbelievable.
anyway, so yeah, another thing, I can't remember which set it was, but he's gotten more popular over time. People have posted videos, and so his
Oh, he's
popularity's
pretty viral.
yeah, his
Grayson's pretty
popularity's
viral.
gone, increased for sure.
Yeah,
But
it has.
anyway, he mentioned this couple, this mom and two kids, showed up just a hair late. He had just closed. I can't remember what the little
Oh,
key cover is. He had just closed it, and they're like, we just missed him. Maybe we'll try to catch him later. And and they said, hi, we missed you. And they talked to him for a minute. He said, you know what? He said, what do you want me to play? And so he turned back around, and there's a guy waiting to kind of spray everything down and sanitize it and clean it and everything. he said, can I play a set for them real quick? And he's like, oh yeah, sure, no thing. No problem. So he opened the thing back up and played for him. And it was funny because then somebody else showed up whenever he tried to wrap it up the next time. and I afterwards had mentioned to him, I was like, yeah, I was like, he like his set ended like 30 minutes ago. Anyway, yeah, I think he'd been playing for 30 minutes actually by the time he did his set, and then talked to them,
yeah.
and then did his other set. He'd been playing, I think, for closer to 40 minutes, which is probably,
Yeah.
I would assume, longer than he typically is out there. But anyway, he was fantastic. One thing that people asked him about that we need to really campaign about is, somebody asked him, they said, is there any chance you would play during the Halloween party? Because I think it'd be really cool if you were able to play some, like, be in costume and play some spooky stuff. And he said, go down to Main Street and let them know. He said, I would absolutely be he said, I would be 100% willing to do that. He said, just go on down to Main Street, and
That would
and
be
let
so. You talk
let
about a
them
crowd
know.
pleaser,
Yeah.
and the crowd goes wild
Uh-huh.
if they put Grayson in Boo to You Parade or had him play there at Casey's Corner, something.
Yeah.
People would love it. They
Yeah.
would. They would.
But anyway, so that's one thing is that, feel free make that recommendation at guest services to have them add Grayson,
Yes.
yeah, as an attraction to future Halloween parties. It'd be really, really cool.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely. And or Christmas. And you can also email guest services, Disney guest
yeah,
services. They read those, y'all.
yeah.
Disney pays attention to
Uh,
to those. So
so I
we could start a campaign.
yeah, right. So then I just kind of moseyed around. I was still waiting to meet up with Mom, so I kind of moseyed around a little bit. I went over to the pin stand there next to Space Mountain because traditionally I've had very good luck there, getting pins. Like from the mystery packs and stuff. That's the pin stand I went to where I found C-3PO to finish my first ever set of mystery pins. That's a Star Wars set that I had finished and completed. So as I'm standing there next to Space Mountain, it had been down temporarily. But I look over there and it's like there's like a 15-minute wait posted. And so I go, I looked over there. I was like, oh, Space Mountain's open again. So I ended up being a walk-on, which I was thrilled about.
Mm.
But then I mobile ordered Casey's and ended up meeting up with Mom. I used a trash can table and we're there for the Disney Starlight Parade and the Happily Ever After fireworks. We streamed both of those from there, right there on the corner next to Casey's Corner.
Yes, yes. It's really, y'all, that's the look for the very last it's got me and William on the thumbnail of Starlight and the fireworks. It's so good, William. The quality. I don't know if you've gone back and watched that live stream.
I need to watch it.
But we normally don't get that close because if you get too far into the hub and you're trying to live stream, there's interference from all the electrical, everything that's going on from the fireworks display. So, we were right there by Casey's, and I normally do not get that close. But it's absolutely a gorgeous live stream of the fireworks because of that. Fantastic views of Tinkerbell, the whole 9 yards. So y'all, by all means, check that out. And this was something else that's special that we did, William. Yeah. This was our last ride on Buzz Lightyear as we know it.
Yeah. Before they make the updates, kind of quality of life. Give it a little bit of a facelift. I'm excited for the updates that they have coming in this ride. I think one of the big things that people are most excited about is being able to determine which blaster, which of the lights, the little lights matches up with your blaster.
Actually yours.
Yeah, instead of it just being a ton of little red dots and you have to guess whether or not it's yours.
Right.
So that'll be one of the big quality of life improvements, renovations that's coming to the ride. But yeah, so we hung out there and we rode it. And it's funny too because we did it like right after the parade, which we probably should have waited a little bit because by the time we rode it, we easily could have walked on it afterwards. Yes. There was a little bit of a wait. But anyway, so we rode that, and then we rode the People Mover, and then Mom rode the People Mover again. I got off to go get Elio shake and get Mom a water, and so Mom rode the People Mover again, and then we just kind of sat there next to the lunching pad and just kind of hung out there for a little bit. I'm a big fan of the Elio shake. If you have a sweet tooth, it's right up your alley. There's a lot of flavors going on with the Elio shake. I'll have to read a description of it to you because it's really, honestly, pretty hard to describe. Let's see here if I can pull it up.
By the way, Brian commented here that they used to play musical chairs with the kids. They actually do that at Walt Disney World still. So I saw that while it was the past couple of times I've been there. Actually, I've caught that So that's pretty cool. They play at Casey's Corner. They play musical chairs with the kids and Alice the Mad Hatter. I think that's a lot of fun too. I'm sorry, William, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no, you're good. Anti-gravity is, hold on a second.
Yeah. And this is, I don't have a picture of the shake, y'all, because he sucked it down so fast that I didn't get a picture of it. Unless you got a picture of it.
Oh, trust me, I got a picture of it. Let's see. Let's see how it's described on a site here.
I got a small sip, about
it's
like the Donkey Kong drink, y'all.
Features Sprite with purple shimmer, fruit flavored boba pearls, vanilla soft serve, gold star sprinkles, and blue raspberry sour straws. Big fan of this float.
Nice. You know, it's interesting. Jillian had mentioned that one of her drinks on the cruise, on the Disney Magic, one of her drinks had an edible straw.
That's interesting.
And so, you know, and I feel like, you know, that's really cool. And I feel like some things they keep to be just exclusive to the cruises.
Uh-huh.
You know, there are some things that they do just on the cruise, like the churro waffles, you know, to keep them exclusive. But an edible straw, how great is that? It beats a paper straw all day long, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, but this was our last drawing, I guess, William. On I also have the video that I will try to play. If you'll remind me, William, I'll try to play that video at the end of the live stream for everybody of that Buzz Lightyear video. And then the next day, was there anything else you want to say about MK? We really enjoyed that. It was a fantastic travel day.
For sure. I mean, you know, to hang out there at the Polynesian, you know, just kind of went at our own pace. And thank you again for, you know, dropping our luggage off there.
Sure. My pleasure. Yeah. And I had already been there for a week. So
yeah.
And you had just gotten there.
Yeah.
I did want to say that, before that final ride closure, as we had already ridden Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, and we were walking out. A lot of the cast members were just making their way.
That was neat
to ride it before it closed, and I thought that was neat. Now it's closing y'all for refurb, so you know they're now that's a refurb that I'm actually excited about.
Yeah. Agreed.
I think you know so many times when we hear they're gonna make it better, they're gonna refurb it, we go what are they gonna do? So the next day was the first full day. Now this was a work day for you, William. It was Monday.
Yeah. So I just took off Thursday, Friday, I believe, of this week.
Yes.
Yes.
And then and this was the beginning of week 2 for me. I had already been there for a whole week with Jennifer. So this was, William was working. This was a perfect opportunity for me to sleep late, try to rest up from the prior week, because Jennifer and I hit it pretty hard. We didn't take any days off, and not full days anyway. And so I took a rest day, settled in, what have you, unpacked and everything. And William, you worked, did your work day. And then once your work day was finished, we went to Hollywood Studios.
It's just the coolest to be able to. Yeah, it's just the coolest to have the flexibility to to work, to get off work and go into a park. It's just it's completely new territory for me.
Tony, hey there.
Super cool. But
Tower.
So we got into the park around 6:35ish, and we covered a lot of ground in a very short amount of time. Let's see here. So we we rode Star Tours, got Kylo Ren, went to Jakku, got Maz Kanata, on the little transmission, and we went to crate, and then we did single rider for Rise of the Resistance.
We
Uh,
did.
and this was one of the worst managed lines we've ever experienced
It
at
was.
at
We
Walt
have to
Disney
say
World.
something about this line.
My word, the guy looked like Hurley from Lost. Is just kind of a big dude with big hair. And any that might be big fans of Lost, he looked like Hurley from Lost. But
Well,
anyway,
and normally, guys, when you get into the single rider line for Rise of Resistance, you skip a lot of the pre-show, and so where that line dumps you into is the hangar.
yeah,
You go through and you're in the hangar, with all the clone troopers there.
yeah.
So, but William and I, the line just kept taking forever. How long do you think we stood in that? And we just kept saying, why is this single rider line taking so long?
Yeah,
We could not figure out. And everybody else was saying the same thing.
by the time we got close enough to where they divvy you up into different groups, we figured out why it's taken so long.
We did.
So what was happening was the guy managing the line, instead of saying, "Oh, you got a group of 3," I'm trying to think how many is it per vehicle? Is it 4? Is it 2 rows of 4? Is that right? I think it's.
I want to say it's 2 rows of 4.
I think it's 2 rows of 4 on the Rise vehicle. Anyway, instead of saying, okay, we've got a group here of 3, we got a group here of 2, that's 5. Give me either a group of 3 or another group of 2 and a single rider. Instead of trying to do that, instead of stopping and taking any single riders, he would do everything in his power. He was walking down the line.
Yes.
To ask for parties of 2, parties of 3, parties of 4. He was walking because there were several times there were decently sized groups like back to back. It's like, oh, we got 9 people. We got we got 6, 7 people. And he literally walked down the line trying to find smaller groups instead of saying single rider, single rider, single rider.
Right.
I tell you what.
Okay, got a group of
it beat everything we've seen.
Single rider. That's what the single rider line is for. Is to take from the regular standby line, and then if you're in the single rider line, they will use you to fill a car.
Yeah.
So you might get separated. William and I could have been separated. We could have been in separate cars. Y'all know how single rider works. But that is to speed the lines up.
Yeah.
And this guy bless his heart, he had no idea how to utilize the single rider line.
He was bound and determined to keep from using the single rider line.
He was.
My word. And it's, and we stood there long enough, and we're pretty patient, we understand, a single rider is convenient. Well, it's to help expedite the process, and
fill
anyway.
the cars.
And fill the cars.
Fill the cars. Get as many people through as possible.
It moves so slowly, and that we, eventually struck up, a small bit of conversation with the couple. I think it was a lady, girl and her mom, that we struck up just a little bit of conversation with them, because we're like, what in the world? Like by the time we got close to the front of the line,
was bad. It was so bad.
We're like, he is bad. Like, he just does not want to put single riders on this ride. Anyway, it beat everything we'd ever seen. But
and it made not only
it slowed everything down.
Slow the regular line, the single rider line. It caused him to work 3 times as hard. It's like let's do this the most complicated way possible.
Yeah.
And we waited in that line 45 minutes.
Probably, yeah, at least.
I'd say it had to have been over. I think it was between 30 minutes and an hour.
Yeah.
I really do.
Because
it was more than half an hour. And that's pretty much unheard of for the single rider line. So anyway, it was anyway, moving along.
yeah, then we did Smuggler's Run, which was a 15-minute wait. It was a walk on. Mom and I were the only two on the crew, which is pretty unique. Uh, and then so the rest was kind of autopilot.
Yeah.
We got some blue milk, and we did Mickey and Minnie's Runaway
There's
Railway.
William at the Blue Milk stand.
Yeah, so we audibled. We had the decision point where we're like, okay, what are we going to do? Do we want to try to do Phantasmic or not?
Mhm.
And usually I'm a big Phantasmic guy. I really enjoy the evening show. It's the perfect way to end off a day at the parks. But for us getting in at 6:35 and the park being open till what 9,
Yeah.
we covered a lot of
We got
ground.
a lot done.
Star Tours, and we'd have gotten a lot more
Yes.
done too if it wasn't for Rise.
Oh, yeah.
Poor line management. But
Absolutely.
Star Tours, Rise of the Resistance, Smuggler's Run, and then.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of going to Phantasmic, we said, hey, you know what? Let's try to hit Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which worked out great because the rain started to come in.
Yes.
And so
yes.
they ended up canceling Phantasmic, and we waited in line for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And then by the time we got out of there, thankfully, Mom had the ponchos on her. We put our ponchos on, kept on booking because it was raining decently hard. But then we made our way into the shops there. As you work your way towards the exit / entrance of Hollywood Studios, made our way into the shops there. I filmed a short, which I put up, which got a decent number of hits that showed some of the Halloween merch that they had for sale there at Disney and Co. I believe.
And it had just gone up the night before, I think.
Yeah.
The day
so
before.
that was neat. It was good timing, but it was great that we covered a lot of ground on this day because our big day, our full day at Hollywood Studios was pretty challenging.
Yes, well, yes, it was. It was.
So it's great that we covered a lot of ground on this Monday of this week, and what little time we had there.
Yeah. So then Tuesday was another work day for you, William, and but Tuesday was Tuesday morning was a ton of fun. One of my favorite things is to rope drop Animal Kingdom and go straight to Kilimanjaro Safari. Basically, what Jeff does, what Jeff with Diz Our Dream does, what Jeff and Angela do. There's nothing like Animal Kingdom in the mornings, guys. It's for early morning. If you just want to grab some Joffrey's, just grab a coffee and just enjoy the ambiance. You can't beat Animal Kingdom. It's just it's fantastic. So I went in early. There's a live stream. There's an Animal Kingdom live stream there. I did Safari, went into Pandora, and it was just a lot of fun. So it was a fun live stream. Kind of took the place of Hitchhiker Chat because that was Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we had a very special that we're going to tell you about. We had a really, really special dinner engagement that night. So I did the live stream, did the Safari, and went into Pandora, into the live stream. Grabbed a Pongo lumpia with a knot blossom. As you can see, these are two of my favorite things to do here. I love these, and I think Jennifer Caruso is pretty much addicted to this combination too. But so I just sat there. It was still cool. I sat there at one of the tables there at Satuli Canteen and just enjoyed this nice treat. Then I went and rode Expedition Everest like 3 times in a row in the single rider line, and then I think I came on back pretty quick there, way up to the resort, but kind of just to wind down and what have you. But we had. Wait, you want to tell them about it?
Oh, sure.
This is just to finish, on the slideshow. This is right. I love this magic shot on the left with
it's a lot of fun
with Simba and Pumbaa and Timon. I think it's really, really cute. And then of course me on the single rider there on Expedition Everest. It was just tons of fun, unhurried. Just did, just really enjoyed it. Okay,
Yeah,
this
we had the
guys,
pleasure of, and the honor and the privilege of having dinner with Mr. Disney legend Tom Nabby and his wonderful wife Janice at
yes,
California Grill at the
yes,
Contemporary Resort. Go check out if you maybe a month and a half ago or so.
hmm
We had Disney legend Tom Nabby on our channel, for an interview. Had wonderful time talking with him.
we did.
His just hearing some of his stories and his experiences, working at Disney, for as long as he did, especially,
Mhm.
was just, it was a treat.
Yeah.
Uh,
Tom worked for Disney for 50 years.
yeah,
Um, officially, officially his count is 48 because they don't count the 2 years that he worked, the first 2 years that they hired him
yeah,
as a paper boy because he was underage. And so he worked, limited hours and whatever. So that doesn't go towards it, but he worked for 50 years for Disney,
wow,
which is unbelievable.
yeah,
Yeah. I can't say, I don't even, I could talk about this forever, y'all,
yeah,
about um, this dinner. We were so looking forward to it. We asked them. We wanted to meet them. Of course, y'all remember our interview. So, if one of our ghost hosts, could y'all go grab that link? I should have grabbed it myself to our interview with Tom Nabby. He graciously came on to our channel several weeks ago and did a 2 hour interview.
yeah,
Bless his heart, with just talked and talked, and we loved every second of it and could have listened for 2 more hours. But we had this time just to get to know them a little bit, to talk with them. It was phenomenal. Um, Raven, did you want to tell them a little bit about our plan of attack there, our plan of action when we got there?
So yeah, I walked up and made sure that they knew we were there for a reservation, and I told them, I told the host, I said, hey, I said, my mom and I are having dinner with Disney legend Tom Nabby and his wife tonight. Just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Um,
And we'd
and I
like a table
Yeah,
over by the window.
yeah, I said, if possible, it'd be great to have a table by the window if we could. And I'm not entirely sure whether or not they believe me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I mean I'm not sure if they could, really believe me, honestly. But then, here it comes. Mom went to go to the gift shop. And she was coming back down, and she got there probably 30 seconds, minute or maybe a minute or two after um, Tom and uh,
Janice.
Janice showed up. Uh, and so anyway, we're standing there talking and everything, and greeting them. And Tom has these little business cards, that he hands out to folks, and he said, he asked them, the host, have you ever met a Disney legend before? And I think they said no. He said, well, now you can say you have. And he handed them one of the cards, and
Uh,
they looked it over, and they said, he said, it was really funny because he said, uh, they said, oh, like he said, oh, is this you? And he said, it's funny because at first he's real dry. He said, oh no. like he's like, oh, I'm kidding. Yes, it's me. And obviously, there's the picture of him and Walt there, I think, on the business card that he hands
yeah,
out.
yeah,
And it's like, oh my gosh.
yeah.
But
The
anyway,
waiter, like the waiter just was just astounded.
yeah,
He was just astounded. Let me go. Let me you talk for just a second. Let me go.
Yeah,
Let me just go get that business card right quick.
yeah. Go ahead. I think I had mine in my autograph book, which I don't have very close to me. But anyway, again, I'm not entirely sure they believe me. Uh, but anyway, sure enough, when he showed up, they I think they probably looked him up and everything and realized that, oh shoot, this guy is a Disney legend. The waiter was he talked with the waiter and gave him a card too. And it was funny because the waiter was what's the stuff on your left? I've got a Simba popcorn bucket, a couple of Jawa sippers. I've got one of the little spray bottles that you can put water in. It's got the little fan on it. I've got a couple of Marvel Battle World little battle balls from that game. I've got some Lorcana stuff. I've got the Donkey Kong cup that I showed here earlier from Epic Universe. Um, I got some cool stuff in here on my desk. I used to have. I've really got to get my hutch. That I had for a long time. I need to get it out of storage and get it in here. But I wanted to wait and get my desk moved over before I did that. But anyway, yeah. So he talks with. We got seated and everything, and they seated us there. Next to the window, and it was really cool because he gave one of his cards to our waiter, and I think our waiter told the manager on duty that if there was a Disney legend in the house, because he came out
Mhm.
and introduced himself. And did he get a picture too? I'm trying to remember.
He did.
I
He
think he
did.
took a picture with Tom. But anyway, it was a really neat experience, and we just talked and asked him about how it was moving, from California to Florida, and their experiences over the years and adjusting and everything, and talked about their trip to Euro Disney, which is Disneyland Paris now. But anyway,
There's his business card, y'all.
yeah, there's this card.
Business
And
card.
that
And
was
then
a tip that he gave us, was to have some business cards printed out and just hand out to people, related to our channel. But yeah, it's a really neat picture of him there, him and Walt there, with a little inscription to you. But it was really neat because it seemed like the host was fairly starstruck.
yeah, he talked with him for a
yeah.
while.
Uh-huh.
Well, and then the manager, I thought
Yeah,
the
the
manager
manager.
was even more
He was.
more starstruck.
Yeah,
He
that's
talked
what I
with,
meant to say.
yeah, he talked with him for a while.
Uh-huh.
He really did. He asked a lot of questions, and he was just thrilled. He really was to meet Tom, and so it was really it was just an amazing evening. The food, we love to go to California Grill, y'all. Obviously, the atmosphere is wonderful. The views are incredible of Magic Kingdom, and that was totally not the focus of this night. The focus of this night was the company, and so we just really, really, enjoyed talking with Tom and his wife, and hope to do it again. We hope to do it again.
Yeah,
Your
we'd
dad
love
would
to.
love to meet him.
Yeah.
Would absolutely love to meet him. Let's see. I was gonna.
So
get
while we were
a-
there, I got up to go use the restroom, and I walked right by this guy. So every now and then you hear about famous folks eating, or being at Disney or eating. I just saw that Nicolas Cage was at Disneyland like a day or two ago.
He was. Yeah,
But anyway,
saw that too.
I passed by this guy. He's from let's see, 55. He's I think he does a lot of that,
Same
like.
night.
Yeah, so the night we were there, we got up to go use the restroom, walked right past this guy, and I knew he looked familiar, but it's one of those situations where, like, I know he's famous, but I can't remember, like, his name just doesn't come to me.
Right.
So I looked him up. I could remember his name was Kevin, but I had to look him up. But Kevin Smith, was he's in the movie Clerks, and also Jay and Silent Bob. Also, I think kind of the two things that he's more well known for. But anyway, it was super random because like he was walking into the restaurant as I was walking toward the restroom. But I was like, oh, like that guy's famous. I didn't bother him because I for sure. I mean, I didn't even know his name off the top of my head. I'm not gonna say, hey, you're famous. Who are you?
I
So,
can't remember. You're that guy.
Anyway, so I didn't bother him. And the other thing too is I mean, he looked pretty much exactly like this. Like he had the backwards hat. It's like, man, if you're trying to be incognito in any way, like for you to be wearing your signature look out in public,
Right. It's not happening.
no, it's like you're definitely not incognito. There have been plenty of I've seen people post pictures of like professional wrestlers and stuff trying to look, low key or not draw attention to themselves, and they'll have like a hood pulled up, and they're wearing sunglasses, but they're like 6'5",
right. 300 pounds,
massive. It's like obviously you're somebody,
right.
but
Right.
anyway, I walked right past him. Speaking of that, my friend Brian, for any WWE fans, my friend Brian was at the Newark airport for work like last week, and he walked right past AJ Styles, Bronson Reed, and who else was it?
Wow.
Braun Strowman. Oh no, not Braun Strowman. Braun Breaker. So, and AJ Styles is his like favorite wrestler, so he was able to see him, kind of from a distance. He said, "I lost track of him, in the terminal." But anyway, I was like, man, I wish you'd have been able to run into him. Yeah, Jonathan. I knew he was kind of, big into, nerd culture, if you will. But anyway, it was pretty cool. I'm trying to think. People talk all the time, about famous people being there. Jillian's one right now is the Kelseys. Mama Kelsey and Jason Kelsey have I think in their family have annual passes, and so they'll drop into the parks from time to time. But anyway, I was like, I don't really care. Like I admire Jason Kelsey because I played center, at one point in my football career. But I think it's cool he's an NFL player, but I think him and his brother are kind of blowhards. Sorry to any of you Swifties out there that watch our channel, but I mean, anyway, but.
Well, Tom actually gave us a really special gift as well. He gave us something, and he told us that these pins, this is a replica of his. This is a replica of Tom's window on Main Street, USA. It's just above the Main Street Cinema. And it is so cool. It says Sawyer Fence Painting Company.
Oh, it's great.
And Tom Nabby, proprietor. And I've posted it. I've got a short that I need to post of it, but I've also posted it, on our YouTube page, a picture of me there. And the picture that I posted on our YouTube and on our Instagram was one that I showed Janice that night. And I said, I took this, on our way in. And she said, oh my goodness. She said, that's one of the best pictures I've ever seen of Tom's window.
Yeah.
So she said, that's a really good picture. But Tom said that you can only get these from him and from his son.
Yeah.
So this is
he said he hadn't seen any pop up on eBay yet. And I said, there's no way we would ever do that. Trust me.
No. So this is an amazing treasure for us. That rep, and he had those specially made, and he brought those to us. He didn't give those to the manager, or he didn't give one to the manager or the waiter. So that's a very special treasure. I have an idea for these, William. It's really
Yeah.
special. I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
So I have an idea
Neat.
for these pins. So
Cool.
I'll let that be a surprise a little bit later. But so
Yeah.
this is such a treasure.
Yeah.
I appreciate him so much for thinking us special enough to share those special pins.
Yeah.
Because not only is a Disney legend, he has his own window
Yeah.
on Main Street USA, and and it references on the window. It references both Disneyland and Disney World because
Yeah, with Anaheim and Orlando there.
Yeah,
Super
Anaheim and Orlando. So it's right there on the right as you go past the Main Street Cinema, Sawyer Fence Painting Company. Check it out, and some of those other windows as you go in. So, absolutely. Well, that's kind of my idea, Jonathan. It's sort of my idea. I think you'll like it. So, but yeah, yeah. But at any rate, that's that. Yeah, it was fat.
Yeah,
It was
we had the best
fantastic. We
visit.
loved it. Got a chance to visit with Janice.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, we just enjoyed them so much. We talked about when they went to Disneyland Paris. He did the same thing in preparation for Disneyland Paris that he did at Walt Disney World.
Yeah,
when they were building Walt Disney World, the man's career is just unbelievable.
Yeah,
I'll just have to say, the man's career has just been utterly amazing, and so and we enjoyed it so much we wanted to share that. Just wanted to share that with you guys. So Tom and Janice Nabby, go to tomnabby.com, y'all. And I don't have his book handy. Go to tomnabby.com. His book, y'all, is such a fantastic read. He's had an amazing life. He wrote the book himself. It's an easy read. It's a fun read. And if you are a diehard Disney fan, you will appreciate his history with the company so much, truly. tomnabby.com, and you can order a signed copy, a personalized signed copy. So just go there and check that out. His son Ken, has been he said his son Ken has really kind of pushed him to get out there and put himself out there, because he is a Disney legend and what have you. And Tom is a people person. He's modest, but he's a people person, and he has a wonderful sense of humor.
Yeah, he does.
And so he really he has fun with people. He has a lot of fun. So I really appreciate Ken, for encouraging his dad to share himself with us, and of course Janice. He and Janice met at Disneyland. When she was working at Disneyland. So such a fantastic story. These two. If you're a diehard Disney fan and you love Disney history, here's history right here, y'all. In this fantastic man who was hired by Walt Disney himself as a kid to work as Tom Sawyer. So So
yeah, it's neat too because as we kept talking, every time you look out the window, the weather'd be different because there were waves of rain that kept moving through. So it would rain, look really muggy, and see some rain hit the window and stuff, and maybe some lightning off in the distance, and then that would move through, and it'd be really pretty out and just beautiful. And that was just on repeat the whole time we were there. It was really, really cool to watch, through the window up high there.
Yes. Yeah. So tomnabby.com. It's TOMNABBE.com. Tom Nabby.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks so much, Tom. We hope to see you all again. Tom, and I know that I've talked to several of our Disney YouTubers who would love to have him on. So he's probably going to get he's probably going to be approached by some of our other YouTubers because his story, guys, needs to be told.
Yeah.
His history with the company needs to be told. He's an extraordinary man. He has a mind like a steel trap, memory, and just remembers things so clearly and has had an extraordinary life. Y'all know how fond we are of Tom and Janice. So at any rate, that was our wonderful wonderful night, and getting to, this. William said, I never thought I would have this on my bucket list, Mom, but I'm checking this one off tonight. Have dinner with a Disney legend.
Yeah. I never would have thought something like that would be possible or even in the cards. And so it's amazing to have, to be able to check that one off. It's super cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
So
thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate it.
The next day we had Hollywood Studios, and I man, let's see, I'm trying to think. Let me look here. Did I take this day off? Did I take off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
I thought you just took off Thursday. Let me look here.
Let's see.
Let's see.
No, I think I took off
it as a work day.
I took Wednesday. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
We did a lot of stuff. I mean, kind of.
Yeah, we did.
So
Wednesday. I'm looking at the wrong day.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm looking at the wrong day. Hang on.
No, I took off Wednesday through Friday.
Wednesday off.
Yeah. So we went to
So-
Hollywood Studios. We did Rock and Roller Coaster to kick off the day. Let's see here. Really, wait times were rough.
Yeah, they were.
They were bad enough we considered park hopping. If we would have park hopped, we probably would have gone to Epcot, even though we had Epcot on the calendar for the next day. But anyway, so we hit Rock and Roller Coaster, kick off the day, had a lot of fun. The wait times were just really high. And so we said, okay, let's, the launch bay is going away. Let's go check out Star Wars Launch Bay. So we did that, met Darth Vader, which is really cool. Really neat interaction with Darth. And also his, cast member attendant also was pretty fun. Then met BB-8 as well. And then as we're walking out, we saw Max Goof, meeting there in the courtyard for, related to Cool Kids Summer. And so that was neat. I asked him about PJ, Pete Jr. And he loved that. But anyway, we next we went on to walked through Toy Story Land, and as we were walking through, it's pretty cool because as we're walking in, Buzz is there on the left meeting people, and then as we're coming in, Jesse and Woody walked out like right in front of us to go to their meet and greet. So we kind of walked along with them. And we worked our way through Toy Story Land and went into Galaxy's Edge. There we
go.
Yeah, there we go. That's us with Darth Vader. Let's see here. We went on. We got the tail end of the baaa-ack show. I don't know if you have any pictures of them in here. The little droids. I've got video of that.
Yeah, I didn't take any pictures of them.
Yeah.
You know how tight I was on space on my phone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Well, I have a ton, so I just need to put it on the Google Drive.
Good.
But I got video of the show and pictures of the little guys. So, I didn't put Chewbacca in here. We met Chewbacca too. I didn't put him in my notes. So we got the tail end of the baaa-ack show, and then we got Ronto Roasters. Or we went to Ronto Roasters for Ronto Wraps. We ate them in the seating area there next to Docking Bay 7, which that's kind of been my go-to because it seems like seating is always kind of hard to get right there in Ronto Roasters.
Oh, it is. Yeah, there's not enough.
And there's
not nearly enough.
And the little shaded area there at the there's an exit or kind of entrance exit door to Docking Bay 7. There's a little seating area there, and they're like concrete tables and stuff. But I've really grown to like that little sitting area.
Me too.
And so we sat there.
And a lot of times there's some shade. A lot of times you can find shade at one of the booths or at the the kind of a table bar thing in there in the middle. Yeah.
So we enjoyed that. Then we did single rider for Smuggler's Run, and then we saw the full baaa-ack show. Which was really neat.
Yes. The little droids, the 3 little droids. I don't know if you guys have seen those. Yeah, we didn't. Do you have shorts? Oh, you took a couple of shorts of those
I think so,
too,
but
right?
they're really fun.
Let me make a
Um,
note here. We need to really get one of those posted.
yeah, yeah. Let's see. We met Olaf too. I forgot to add him to my notes here.
Uh-huh.
Which was a lot of fun. He was a walk on. I mean, there was I think one party in front of us. So I mean, we showed up and walked like right to the front of the line. They just had to wait and open the door, and
Yeah,
family in
he's
front
such
of
a
us.
great meet and greet. And
Yeah,
what was it that I said to him? I said, because it was so blooming hot, and I
yeah,
said something about Olaf. I said, it's definitely summer outside,
uh-huh.
and I said you have to be really careful out there. And I didn't tell him because somebody should have told him, but I didn't
Uh-huh.
tell him. Somebody needs to tell him. I didn't tell him.
Yeah,
But what was so funny is I said, and then the cast member that was with him says, well, he has his own
personal
snow, and I said,
flurry.
oh, that's
Yeah,
right, he has his own personal flurry,
uh-huh.
and so, but I said, you still need to be careful, and this is what
Yeah, it's funny
he
because he looked down to make sure he wasn't melting. So
I did.
he looked down to check himself. And it was really really funny.
And I made this comment, and then I walked out, and so
Uh-huh.
I didn't see that he had looked down to check himself
It's
until I
super
saw this
funny.
picture.
Yeah.
But there's an angle of Olaf that you normally don't get to see. So
Uh-huh.
he's looking down because I had told him to be careful, and he's
Yeah,
looking down to make sure he's not melting. So
it's super funny.
I love this. I totally
So
love
after
this
that,
picture.
yeah, yeah, it was neat. So after that, we did the BDX show. Yeah, it's fairly decently hot that day. Um,
Mhm.
we went and checked out Pixar Place, which I've not really walked through up to this point. And
Right.
then we stopped and took a picture. That Pixar ball, Luxo lamp. We took that
Yes.
picture, and then we met Edna. And Mom went to go get a round 'em up latte from Joffrey's,
Yes,
and
I did.
while she was gone doing that, I met Joy in Frozone, and then I
Yeah.
waited. I could have met Mrs. Incredible, but she was going to swap out, or I think maybe taking a break. So I waited for Mom, and we met Edna Mode together. And I love the queue that they have for Edna with the different
Uh-huh.
with the super suits in there. I just think that's the
It's
coolest.
fantastic. Yeah,
Big
it
fan of that.
is. This was a
Um,
fun meet and greet. She's Edna is I think one of Pixar's very best characters.
yeah, she's great.
That's yeah, she really is.
I told her
And so this
I felt underdressed. Meeting her.
yeah.
But sorry, I decided to wear my hobo suit today, uh, which she appreciated. But
Well,
let's see.
this was my first time in this area,
Yeah,
to act. Now I'd kind of walked through it, but this was my first time to take pictures anywhere, William. So
yeah,
it was really cool this day because we kept, it was going to rain. It rained a little bit and it stopped, and we kept thinking that we might park hop, but we kept doing things like this
uh-huh.
and had a fantastic day, and we just never did park hop.
Yeah.
So
We met a lot of characters, and like Mom said, we just we kept hitting things as we would think about it. Oh,
mhm.
maybe
Oh, let's do
we'll park
this.
hop, and even one time we got close to the front of the park, and I think that's when I said, "Let's go do the villain show."
Yes.
Um, and
Yes.
so we met Edna. We rode Star Tours again. We
Mhm.
got a Wookiee cookie there at the Backlot Express.
Mhm.
And then as we were thinking about park
What's
hopping,
not to like? We got a Wookiee cookie.
yeah, right.
We
As
had some good stuff.
yeah, so as
Mhm.
we were thinking about leaving, we walked there at the crossroads, basically, to where you could turn and go toward the Tower of Terror, or and toward Rock and Roller, and or you can walk straight and
Mhm.
continue your way out of the park. We stopped there, and I said, "Hey, why don't we check out the Village Show? I think there's a Village Show coming up here. I think we can make it over there." And so
And you had never seen it before.
No, I'd never seen it before.
I saw it the previous week with Jennifer a couple times.
Yeah. And we went and watched it, and I loved it. I think this is a great show. You know, I wasn't completely sold on it. You know, and I've seen people be kind of critical of the costuming and like the makeup and stuff. But I think that's just part of that comes with that style of performance, really. You know, with the makeup.
Oh my goodness! Kevin, hey,
how their makeup's done. But anyway, I loved it. The music's great.
What's not to like?
I think
understand.
Yeah, I think it's just the exaggerated. I mean, of course, they're villains. Like, you know, I think the makeup. You know, people were like, "Oh, I think it's overdone." It's like, well, that's part of stage theater,
but
really.
That's yes.
And you're trying
theater.
to also look like the character, but
that's
anyway.
Theater. I think the costuming and makeup is fabulous.
Yeah, I personally wanted Captain Hook to win. The Captain Hook that we had was so funny for this show.
Y'all, Hook is fantastic.
Yeah,
Hook is
great. So you know, there's 3 villains that perform in this show. And, you know, the premise is you got to pick one. So the crowd kind of cheers for, you know, they take turns going through the villains, and you got to cheer for one, and one wins.
Magic mirror on the wall.
Yeah.
Who's most misunderstood of all?
Yeah.
The song, if you haven't heard the song, it's phenomenal. So the magic mirror, all of the villains are bombarding the magic mirror with the question, who among us is the most misunderstood? We're all just misunderstood.
Who's most unfairly treated of all?
Yeah. So the magic mirror is beseeching the audience to choose which villain. So so these 3 villains come out, and they each do these fantastic
musical
song
numbers.
And dance routines, really funny stuff with all kinds of effects and what have you.
Yeah.
And then the magic mirror asks the audience to choose which villain is the most misunderstood. It's, you know, I'll have to say, Tina, I think you'll love this. I think y'all will really love this show. I thought it was really, really cute. I didn't know what direction they were going to go with it. It gives me hope for Villains Land, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah.
It gives me that glimmer of hope that I needed for Villains Land, because this show is tons of fun. I would go back and see this more than once per day in Hollywood studios. That's how good it is. It's just so much fun.
Yeah.
And the villains are so funny. And I told you, Willem, the part you loved Hook so much, and there was even one of the funniest parts with Hook that they didn't do during the performance that you saw with the crocodile with TikTok.
Yeah.
And so absolutely, Tina. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just bank on it, girl.
We had a lot of fun. You know, I think this is a great show. You know, there's not necessarily a ton of stuff that I've been like, oh, you know, this is really good. No, I thought the music's great. You know, that was one of my criticisms of Starlight, you know, and you had mentioned this, Mom,
Robert,
was that the music is forgettable for Starlight. You know, there's not, Spectrum Magic, the little the little, the jingle from like the Spectrum Magic little jingle is, it's an earbug. It sticks in your ear.
Yes.
It's like, it's like with Splash Mountain. After you ride the ride, zippity doo da, zippity day, and then the rest of your, and Small World 2,
yes,
all the iconic rides have kind of these earbugs. That
have fantastic music.
So after you ride it, like the music sticks with you. Yeah,
the Boo-to-You Parade is another one. Yep. Yeah, so Spectral Magic to me doesn't have that earbug music.
This is Starlight.
I said Spectral Magic.
But
Spectral
this
Magic
show,
Starlight does not. Yeah.
This show does have an earbug.
Yeah, it does.
The
Go to
music
YouTube,
for this
play
show is
the
great.
music from this. Yeah, it's so much fun.
Uh-huh.
I totally loved it, and part of it is because they have cast these villains so well.
Yeah.
They really have. They have cast them and costumed them so well, and
Yeah.
it's just a funny premise.
Yeah.
And Tina, you were asking for what I understand. They change who wins. Actually, it's up to the audience.
Yeah.
It's
Jillian. So I
now.
asked Jillian about it because we both had the same villain win, and she said she had seen videos of at least one of the other villains winning. I'm like, okay, so it is real. Like, it's not it's not the same one every time. So I love that aspect of the
Yes,
show.
I do too.
Um,
I do too.
One thing. So after this, which again we really enjoyed this. The cast member that took our pictures here with the sign, with the gate, and the
Josh,
sign.
was it Josh?
I didn't get his name written down here, but
I sent him a cast compliment.
yeah,
It
he
was
was great.
Josh.
He had lots of energy,
It was.
lots of fun. Hey, put us in villains poses here. I'm Jafar, and Mom's Maleficent.
Uh-huh.
Pretty cool. But
he asked us who
who our
our
favorite villains were.
was.
Yeah.
And so probably based on what we told him, he knew how to pose us to do that particular villain. But yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
It was awesome.
The other thing too is like they show so many different villains in the show, and I love that about it as well.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So we also
they show y'all at the end of the show. Now there are a lot of screens, like there are a lot of screens that flank the actual stage. To our knowledge, I think they have tried to show like even the obscure ones, like Chernobog was there. Who else did you spot, William, that was there at the end? That all of the villains. Madam Mim was there. The hat guy, bowler hat guy from Meet the Robinsons was there. So even the obscure villains, they try to pull all of them together. It was really cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
So. I can't remember why, but I made some sort of Alameda Slim reference to Home on the Range. I can't remember what it was. And we may have been talking about that guy posing us. I was like, he probably knows the more common, probably has poses, ready to go for some of the more common villains. And, I said, it's not like I said, my favorite villain's Alameda Slim from Home on the Range, which by the way, I love Alameda Slim from Home on the Range. Great villain. Yodeling is an art.
It is.
Fantastic villain.
And this is my comfy place.
Yeah.
Home on the Range.
A few lines that we've used for years from that movie that have stuck with our family for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If y'all never seen Home on the Range, run, don't walk. Is it on Disney Plus? It's Home on the Range.
I think it is. It gets off to a little bit of a slow start, but stay with it because it's pretty fun.
So cute. Yes,
we did the Little Mermaid show after this, and we because we were like, the timing wise, we could just go right over there to the Little Mermaid show. So we enjoyed that. It looks like it's had a bit of a technical facelift. I couldn't remember, it's been so long since I've seen that show, and the show's been closed for so long. Also, it's been a long time since I'd seen it. But it looks like they've made some, cool technical updates to that show. I thought the blending
effects, y'all.
I thought the blending of kind of, puppetry and projection and
with live actors.
Yeah, and then live actors. I thought all
impressive.
of that, came together very well. Jillian. Yeah, Jillian. I don't think she's seen it yet, but I told her, because she was like, we didn't make it to that, and I was like, well, I mean, if you've seen the movie, you've basically seen you've seen the show.
That's true.
But I will say it is neat. You know, it's
It is.
I appreciate that it's a show that they offer.
Mhm.
I'm sure that there's plenty of people that appreciate that there's another air conditioned, you know, option to have.
Well, we
But
appreciated it that day for
yeah,
sure.
we did. But oh, that's right.
But
Then we went back. We did go back to the launch bay later in the day, and that's when we met Chewbacca, and you showed that picture
we did,
earlier.
yeah.
We went to the commissary and split a chicken club sandwich. I'm trying to remember
Very
what else
good.
we did that day. Oh, we did we got rained on a little bit, but we did do Phantasmic that day,
Oh, yes, we did. Oh,
which
we
they
did.
they
Yes, that's
delayed it
true.
what 15,
All right.
15 minutes or so, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. But and I'm going to make a note here because I left it out. We did do Phantasmic, and I thought that it might rain. It really, really looked like
Yeah.
rain, y'all. But it held off, and we were
One
able to talk with some really neat ladies that we met. We were sitting next to them actually and struck up a conversation
yeah.
with them, and they were diehard Disney fans, and we
Yeah.
really enjoyed talking to them. Talking to people in the line and talking to cast members is one of my favorite things to do in the parks
Yeah, it's
because
great.
you just meet some really cool, just some really cool people. Here's our Wookie cookie,
Yeah.
y'all, just as proof that we did get one.
Yeah, we did.
And
One
of course,
thing also, or a couple of notes from that show. Because it did rain and it was a little bit soggy.
mhm,
Jafar the snake did not wind around the stage like he usually does.
no,
So
no,
it kind of
it
stayed
didn't.
there and kind of bobbed up and down.
Yeah,
And I think we'd asked Mikey about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that ramp is really slick."
yeah,
So
yeah.
for
So when
for
it's raining
safety's
like
sake,
that, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
The other thing
they were
too
afraid
is
to let them.
we got B mode. We got the B mode of Maleficent. We didn't get the dragon.
We
To,
did.
to which led me to one of the funniest descriptions of something in a Disney show I've ever seen. You know, because this happened, and for whatever reason, I was on. So I think it was X. I was on Twitter. And I saw people complaining that because they had the issue with the dragon there at
They did.
Disneyland and Phantasmic, and caught fire, and it took forever for them to bring update the show and everything. But what they do is they raise Maleficent up really high, and they just raise her up high.
Yeah, it's
And
like a
so
column thing.
what Disneyland fans have called her is the witch on a stick. And so which we for whatever reason just hit both of us really as being really, really funny.
Yeah.
And so we got to
Witch on a stick.
experience because of it being a little bit soggy there due to the rain before the show. We got to experience the modified show with the quote unquote Maleficent witch on a stick.
Yeah.
Which was ended up being pretty amusing for us.
Yeah. For some reason, that just strikes me as hilariously funny because that's exactly what it looks like.
Oh, it does. It's pretty funny.
She's like, they raised her up. She's like on this,
some sort of elevated platform that
like
just keeps going up.
Thing, and they raise her up, and she's a witch on a stick. I mean, that's just the fun. And I will never ever be able to think of her in that show as anything other than a witch on a stick. That is just hilarious. It was just so funny. But we got to see the show. It was, it was fantastic.
We still had a good time, even with the modifications. Man, every time the steamboat comes around the corner with the sparklers, swinging around and all the characters coming out, and it just, the music's playing, and then they end the show with Mickey on the top, and then boom, he's down at the bottom of the stage. It's the best. There's no question why the show has run for so long because it's awesome. I think I still think with the updates to the show, they're doing a little too much, but the ending of the show is perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
And that's why it's been around
I
forever.
Yeah, now I prefer the old show with the extended Pocahontas scenes, and
Yeah.
I love because again, and it's interesting, William, because Jennifer had never seen Fantasmic.
Yeah.
It was canceled the night that we were there with the whole family, and so the week that Jennifer and I were there before you came was her first time to see it ever. And she said she felt like the story was
Disjointed.
disjointed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She said she felt like, and so her opinion was exactly what we had thought. She said it doesn't flow well.
Yeah.
She said it doesn't flow well. And that's my main complaint with the newer, version of it. But yes, it was, Jonathan.
Yeah.
It was her first time. Jennifer had not been since she was a child.
Yeah.
And so if you saw her, Jennifer, she signed off with me the night that we did Hitchhiker Chat from Fantasmic. She signed off with me a couple of times, so you probably saw Jennifer. And I think I posted a couple of pictures with her. But she's just a doll, and we have she's a good travel buddy. So we had fantastic time. But it was so her impressions. Having not been to now, she bought an annual pass. Y'all listen. She has totally been baptized in the Disney magic. She
dove in to the deep end.
She did. She jumped off into the Niagara Falls with the rest of us really fast. But so her opinions of things are very interesting to me, and very. I want to know what she thinks because.
She's a newer hardcore fan and does not have the longevity of visiting parks that we do.
Yes.
Even with us being from Texas and not going, near as frequently as some people have gone, but still,
I'm always very interested in her opinions.
Yeah.
And what what her impressions are, and it's really interesting because she thinks she has a lot of the same opinions that we do. So. But yeah, so this was a good, this was just a fantastic. I don't know how far. Okay, next area we're going to Epcot here, and we'll try to speed it along a little bit here, y'all. But you might notice this guy.
Let's pick up with Epcot.
This guy.
Let's pick up with Epcot. Let's save Epcot through the rest of the week for part
that's
two.
Fine.
It looks like notes wise, that's where it kind of falls off too. So. We'll save Epcot through the end of the week. We've got Epic Universe that we'll talk about in part two as well.
So we have a lot. So this is a teaser, y'all, for our next day was Epcot, and you might know that guy. That is none other than the Turkey Legster himself, Dean the Turkey Legster, and we met up with him, and really, it's always so good to see Dean.
Yeah, we had a great time with Dean.
At Epcot, and I love this magic shot here with the Kakamora.
It's fun.
That's a lot of fun. So we'll continue with Epcot then.
Yeah.
Next time around, again, just a little.
Let's see. So a couple notes. So we did. Mom did live streams of Disney Dream, Starlight Dream the Night Away Parade, and Happily Ever After Fireworks. We streamed it while we were there. She also streamed Starlight while she was there. So check out. We've also I've posted one of the clips of Grayson, the piano player from Casey's Corner. I posted one of the clips. Speaking of Fantasmic, he plays a Fantasmic set and plays.
Yeah,
he plays all the way through from the beginning of the dun 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 dun, and they got the lights spin lights are coming up out of the ground and they're spinning around dun 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 dun, and kick it off the show, and then to the end of the dun 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 dun. Yeah, it's the whole way through, and it's awesome. And I've got that. Good. I've got that recorded because somebody asked about it. I was like, oh man, I'm so glad that they asked him to play it because it's one of my favorites. So I've got a few different clips of Grayson that I'll have to kind of stagger because we,
Yeah.
as much as I love Grayson, it's like it did. We're going to kind of break up the content a little bit.
Right.
But anyway,
Right.
I've
Yeah.
got to.
I've been posting some of
Yeah,
Starlight,
yeah,
Disney Starlight. I posted.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
got one to go up.
I've seen
Yeah,
those.
but we definitely need to swap over to Grayson and put
Oh
up a
yeah,
couple because
I'll have to
I
put
was
some out
getting
there.
close on my phone on space, William. So
Yeah.
you took a lot more shorts than I
I've
did.
also taken. I had to have set. I mean, granted, I know some people are crazier than me, but I had to have set some sort of record for number of pictures taken in the Battle of the Ministry queue. Is what as we were walking through the line, that queue
Yeah,
is insane, and we'll talk
it
more
is.
about it next week. But
It is.
I
Yeah,
took so many dadgum pictures in that queue.
yeah.
It's just blown away by it. But
Oh yeah, it
uh,
is. It is. You are not overstating.
yeah.
You're not. It is
So anyway,
unbelievable.
Jillian did a What's Brewing with the Bone. She's done a couple
Good.
fairly recently. Um, let's see. Uh, she's done a couple of them fairly recently. So check those out. Related to her cruise aboard the Disney Magic, and she also talked about her recent trip recently, her recent trip where she went to the Halloween party, and she covers some of that too. In her What's Brewing with the Bone, her most recent What's Brewing with the Bone show, and she showed some of the cool merch that she got as well. So check that out if you haven't already. Real quick, I know we're kind of late on time here, but
Okay,
we
I
got.
also did
Oh,
just
go ahead.
quickly, and I don't know what happened to my notes on that, William. I
Okay.
wrote them, and I must
Oh,
have somehow I don't know what I did.
okay.
But also, guys, she went live for part 3 of her series on her Disney cruise on the Magic, and so all the tips, all that fantastic information. If you are planning a Disney cruise, by all means, watch those and be ready
Yeah,
with your pen. You can call. Don't work too hard because you can reference her contact information in the description of this video.
yeah,
Jillian works for Mickey Travel. She's a fantastic travel agent, knows her stuff, and now that she's been on the Magic, she is really able to help you with that. So if
yeah,
you're looking to go on a cruise, check the description of this video. Get her all of her contact information is there. Go back and watch What's Brewing with the Bones parts 1, 2, and 3 of her cruise on the Magic. Check all that out. Also, I posted she went live on Saturday. On Sunday, I premiered a video of Country Bear Jamboree from January the 26th of '04. That was the day, y'all, that they closed the curtain on Country Bear Jamboree as we know it,
hmm
and started the refurb then to what they have now, which is Country Bear Musical Jamboree.
yeah,
I was there for that last day. There were some interesting, you know, things that happened, a lot going on in the lobby there while we were waiting. The rod broke down. I won't give away too much
yeah,
of it, but it is the full show. Also, look on our live streams, y'all. I need to go back and on most of my live streams of Magic Kingdom, if you look in the chapters, they're divided into chapters. You can find Country Bear Jamboree. Every time I went into Magic Kingdom for like the past year and a half, 2 years, I went to Country Bear Jamboree because I knew at some point that was going away. So
yeah,
we have lots of renditions of Country Bear Jamboree on our channel, and I'm so thankful that we do. There's also a live stream from that day. I did a live stream on the day on January 26th of 2004, and there's a full performance of it there, plus this video that I put up on Saturday. So we've got it covered. My little Country Bear Jamboree ears here. Thanks so much, So Cargo, for those. Check out So Cargo, SEWCARGO. I'll put her information in the description of this video on Instagram. She does fantastic work. These are some of the most comfortable ears I have ever worn. So fantastic work, So Cargo. We've got some shorts. We've put up a lot of content here
yeah.
lately. Not sure what it's going to be this week. Not sure what the video is going to be this week. I'd like to get up, William, the Buzz Lightyear ride through.
Yeah.
Is really what I'd like to put up. So anyway, we'll go through that and get some of that going. And then next week, we will do part 2 of our Walt Disney World trip and try to squeeze, if we can not be so long-winded, both of us can shut up and get to, we just like to talk, y'all. We just like to talk and get to the heart of the matter, the Harry Potter as well. So we've got Harry Potter and to go next week.
Yeah. Real quick, I'm going to go ahead and open this pack here. I've got a Lorcana Shimmering Skies pack with Maui on it. Go ahead and open this up real quick. So the last pack I opened had a legendary in it, which is one of the best pulls that I've gotten in recent memory. So my luck has been pretty dry from a Lorcana perspective recently. So right here we have Gazelle, Popstar, Zootopia. Next up is Gathering Knowledge and Wisdom. Got Merlin there. We have Hypnotic Deduction. Great Mouse Detective, Basil. Next up is Snow Anna Rainbow, one of the Sugar Rush racers from Wreck-It Ralph. We have Simba. Says Lost Prince, Storyborn. Neat artwork there. Next is Chaka from the funny tooth there. Impressive Daughter from Emperor's New Groove, which we just watched pretty recently. Really funny movie. Maid Marian from Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Uncommon, Lady of the Lists.
Okay.
Next is King Candy, Sweet Abomination.
Ooh.
Scary looking there.
King Candy. Forget about him as a villain sometimes too.
Synced up with him as a bug. Then we have Robin Hood. We got Maid Marian and Robin Hood in this pack.
Oh, fun.
Sneaky Sleuth. Uncommon next up. And we have a super rare Grumpy, Skeptical Knight. That's fun.
Oh, nice.
That's a good pull.
I like it.
I love the Dwarf Knight cards. Really cool. Next up, we have a legendary. Okay. All right, we're super rare into a legendary Jafar.
Woo.
Oh, focus.
Very nice.
What is it? Tyrannical Hypnotist.
Very nice.
That's cool. And the other thing too is this set they did the kind of embossed, raised embossed, as you can see there.
Love that.
Coloring of the character, which I think is neat. Adds a lot to it. So in the
shiny in the mat.
Yeah, it's great.
Roll.
And then finally we have Gazelle once again, common card. But I will absolutely take a super rare and a legendary in the same pack.
Absolutely.
I still have not pulled an enchanted. Hopefully be able to do that one of these days. But I'm super pumped. That's a great pack to get the super rare and legendary in the same pack. I guess that my luck I've been due. I've got this behind me here. I've got a Lumineers Trove of Fable.
Oh, cool.
So one thing I think is really cool about this specific trove is that they have dice in the troves, right? And this one has the dice that come in this have a die color for each each of the inks.
Oh,
which I think is cool. And then also check out that lore tracker with Powerline, Goofy, and Max there.
Wow. Hey.
So really neat stuff in this set.
That's a trove.
Yeah, so that's the trove for this set. So got this that I'll need to open up at some point. But yeah, I mean, look, they've got a Goofy movie in this set.
Oh, how
It's
cool. Yeah.
heavily
Yeah.
included here is
Oh,
Ariel.
yeah.
But the artwork in this set is really, really cool. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to opening this.
Yeah. Jonathan says he's never pulled one either.
Yeah. I did get,
Yeah.
obviously Goofy movies in my top 5. So I went ahead and got the deck box.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Jonathan
Jonathan, it's funny you mentioned that because were that to happen, I
got
do
one
have
already.
sleeves. I do have sleeves nearby in the event I
One already.
pulled something really, really cool. So I am prepared. But I should probably sleeve the legendary. But anyway, super cool deck
Yeah,
box.
you should.
Obviously, huge fan of Goofy movie. One of my favorites. But yeah, that's I've got another pack sitting over here that I'll open up next week. Actually, a couple packs. I think these are the last 2 packs from the box the half box that you had given me, Mom. So
Okay.
I think these are the last
So we need
2
to buy
from
another
that.
box.
I have other boxes that I could crack.
Yeah.
I still have that I still have that first chapter box that I need to schedule an unboxing for at some
Yeah,
point.
that's gonna be a big one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited about that myself
Yeah.
to open a whole. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
The booster box.
First chapter booster box, guys. He has one to open on a live stream.
Yeah.
So that's how many cards? 144.
12
packs of 12.
Oh,
No,
let's see.
24 packs.
Yeah. So 12 cards in a pack, and then it's I'm trying to remember. I think it's 24 to a box.
Yeah. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Jonathan says, "LOL, crack." That's exactly what these are.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, 24. So 24 times 12 there.
Yeah.
Lots of cards. So
that's gonna be a fun when you get finally get to where you can get to a point you can do that and set it up, and that's gonna be exciting. I'm looking forward to that. So we'll have to advertise that, get the thumbnail up for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Before you do that. So anyway, we have so enjoyed it. Thanks for hanging out. Oh my goodness, it's 11:30. We love talking Disney. Y'all know we love to talk Disney, and sometimes we chase rabbits and get off the beaten path, but we do love it. And Jason says talking is good.
Yeah, there you go. Good. I'm glad.
Thank you, Jason. We appreciate.
Thanks for the
your
solidarity
benevolence there. But at any rate, again, we're I check out my Jillian's part 3 of her and 1 and 2, of course, but part 3 of her Disney Magic cruise and all of her recommendations and tips and all of her favorites on that. And then my vlog from Country Bear Jamboree on its last. That was a real bittersweet day.
Yeah.
Guys, I must say there were a lot of vloggers there. Ran into so many friends, that were there. Josh and Jenna were there. It was a very bittersweet day for me, for a number of reasons. And but it was a good vlog, and I was pleased to do it, and glad that I was able to be there for it. So
yeah.
I can't think. Let's see. Let me look and see if there's anything else. I did put channel news in there, William. I was looking at the wrong place.
Oh, okay.
Kind of been going back and forth a little bit today. But kind of been jumping from thing to thing today, and but at any rate, that's it. We appreciate you guys so much for being here. Thanks to our channel members, especially. We so appreciate you guys for contributing a little bit every month to help us with some expenses for the channel. It's very humbling that you would do that, and we I appreciate it and want to turn out, good content for you.
Yeah.
Everyone in the chat, if you're ghost
Yeah.
watching or you're watching on the replay,
Ghost host
we
moderators
totally,
also.
well, yes, love our team replay. Of course, our ghost host and captains of our team replay, Lisa, Keith, and Joey. Gosh, we appreciate you guys so much, and hope that everybody is having a good week. Have a good week, y'all. Get out. Make somebody smile. Do something good. Go do something good for somebody else. Be the reason that somebody smiles this week. It's hard sometimes, and I find that when I'm having a hard day, there are two things that will generally change the direction of my day. And one of them is music. My favorite music, Disney music, my favorite, 70s, 80s, rock and roll. The other is take the focus off yourself, send somebody a card or call somebody that you haven't talked to in a while. Things like that. Big reason somebody smiles, and you can make yourself smile in the process. So we appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. If you haven't already, check out the liveplace.com. It's basically a TV guide listing for family-friendly live streams. Big shout out to Dean, who maintains that site. If you haven't already, check out Dreamers Empire and the Live Place on YouTube as well. But that's the liveplace.com. If you're a YouTube creator looking to grow your channel, check out TubeBuddy. It's a great tool for tracking viewing trends, suggesting keywords for titles and tags, and helps you track channel data that's helpful to you in growing your channel. Basic version's free. If you have under 1,000 subs, it's discounted. Use our link in the description below. We both get a free month. Also, Stickermule. If you're interested in buttons, pins, magnets, stickers, keychains, etc., check out Stickermule. Use our link. If you're interested in good quality, low-cost promotional items, use our link in the description below. We both get $10 credit for a future order. So thank you to those who have used either of those codes thus far. We appreciate it.
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Can't think of anything else. I've got some merch to show you next week. Go to our Instagram and Facebook X pages, guys, for some other pictures and magic shots and things from this trip. It was good, William. It was good to be there with you, just the two of us.
Yeah, we had a great time.
We had just a fun time doing whatever, just being in the parks and making our way. Every trip is different because you run into rain or you're avoiding weather or crowds or so it really does make every trip different, and you can't always follow the same beaten path, although we do do our favorites in each park, try to, but every trip is different, and you never know what's going to happen. And so I thoroughly enjoyed this trip, and hoping to have a return date here shortly.
Yeah, hopefully so. Me and Jillian and the boys, are going with her family in December. Would like maybe be able to sneak something in November. Who knows? I got my annual pass, so I've got more incentive to get down there and try to utilize it as much as possible. So who knows? Maybe sneak in sometime in November. We'll see. But
Jonathan, that's exciting. Good for you.
Oh, very cool.
That's fantastic.
Wow, that's wonderful. Yeah, that's wonderful, Jonathan. Glad you're getting to do that.
Yes.
Check us out. We go live every Tuesday night, 9:00 p.m. Central, 10:00 Eastern. Be sure to join us live for watching the replay. If you do watch on the replay, make sure to leave a comment. Let us know you watched, so we can thank you for watching. I'm remiss. Somebody has been commenting lately, and I'm trying to remember who it is. I'd have to go and look, but there has been somebody that's commented on the last few videos that said, great job. Hey, but anyway, I'll try to pull that.
We'll have to check.
Yeah, and I'll
Yeah.
try to pull that and thank them properly for doing that. But it's
Yeah.
a
Well,
blast.
we appreciate Mike NYC 88.
Mhm.
We know that you're, out there watching, um, either on the replay or, in uh, ghost mode. And we really appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah.
We really do. Thanks so
Uh,
much for all of your encouragement.
yeah. So like, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already, so you get notifications when we go live and post videos. Check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and X. If you want to reach out to us directly, send us a direct message on Instagram or email us at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com. But yeah, thanks to everybody for being here. Hope you enjoyed part 1 of our trip recap. Just lots of fun stuff to talk about. We had a great time together. Looking
Yeah. Yeah.
forward to discussing part 2 and our day at Epic also. So
Yeah, for sure.
anything else, Mo?
Hang on just 1 second. And let me see if I might. Hang on just 1 second. I don't know if I can do this or not. Hang on just a second.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Let me see if I can find it, y'all. I may not be able to.
No.
I was going to try to. Well, I was going to try to find it. I was able to do it last week, and naturally I
Okay.
can't because my brain is not functioning. I
Good.
can't find it. I was going to play our video from Buzz Lightyear. Should have pulled that up a little earlier while we were
It's
talking.
okay. We'll show it. We'll show it early next week.
We'll show it next week, or I'll put it up on social media.
Sounds
So
good.
thanks, y'all. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
And
thanks everybody.
Have
Have a great week, y'all.
Have a fantastic night.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Remember, at the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel, there's always room for one more. So please
Hurry back.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks.
Y'all have a great week. Thanks for being here.
Bye-bye.